We the real Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out.
Reverse the camera.
Oh, that's cool.
We coming to you week in and week out, prophesying the downfall of this wicked place, a modern day Babylon, which you people like to call America. Y'all love the customs of this place. And first and foremost, we would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash.
Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to all the Akim, the hopeful elect, the brothers pushing out this truth among the four corners of the globe, risking their lives to do so, man. Hey, with that, we can never say it too many times, Esau, Edom, your world is going down. And for you Jake that think that this world has anything to offer you, man, you must know that we are Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and it is up for us to abide by these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High has presented. And I mean, it's like it, that the Most High have given to us in the King James Version of the Bible, which being closer to the truth is possible. And hey, man, hey, we gotta apply these laws, statutes, and commandments to our life for salvation for our soul. And there is no back way to go around it. It ain't no shortcuts, no loopholes, man. If you don't do the Lord's will, you will be damned with the rest of the heathen nations, man. Okay. But real quick, this is the book of John, chapter 10. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber." Hey, so all you Jake out here thinking that y'all can go around this truth a backwards way, get the wrong way? It's John chapter 10.
10. Hey, so 10 what? 10
verse 1.
Oh yeah, we're gonna read it all the way down.
Come. Hey, so you Jake that think that y'all can come into, hey, not even a little come into this truth, man, in the way that you want to. But you Jake just going about your own way of living. Hey, eating the pork. Hey, just living life how you want to. Free, live it up, you know, and don't care, man. Hey, if you don't do the will of the Lord, you will be damned with the heathens, man. But it says you're a thief and a robber. So, hey, you like your daddy Esau, man, who was a raper and a robber and a murderer from the beginning, man. He's the father of it. He's the father of lies. And he's been teaching our people lies ever since the beginning, man. Got our people going off into all types of religions, pagan holidays. You know, our people, hey, they led off into complete lies, man. They living their whole lives by lies.
The wicked is strangled from the room. They go forth and speak of lies as soon as they're born. Yeah. That's you so-called white people, you Edomites according to the Bible. It's the devil that the Bible speaks about. Smile about it. Be glad now. Lamentations 4:22. Be happy.
Right.
She don't understand how cut she was. Go ahead. I'm agreeing with this bitch. Yeah.
Job 13:4. But ye are the forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value.
Physicians, which is we go to that doctor, all right, liars, all right, deceivers, all right, physicians of lies. They prescribe lies, man. All right, Esau, Edom, the father of it, man. Go ahead. Yeah, that's all you had.
Come. I was gonna keep reading this. Come. It's verse 2 back in the book of John, chapter 10, says, "But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep."
Now you got to enter in by the door. This is the way, all right? Yahushua is that door. You got to enter in by that door. Keep on going. Something else is said.
Verse 3 says, "To him."
Hey, somebody get Isaiah 30 and 20. Is it 30 and 20? Thy face shall see thy teachers. Go ahead.
Come on.
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 3. It says, "To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name."
It says, "The porter openeth, and the sheep hear the voice," right? All right? So somebody opened this door, right? Go ahead.
It says, "To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out."
Go ahead.
"And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice."
Come. Them that follow me in the regeneration, man. All right? We follow the voice of the Lamb, whether so he goeth. Keep on going. On that 10. And let's see your John 9. Somebody's trying to St. John 9 chapter. I got it. He went to with Ayash to get some money out the bank. Not Ayash, Elder Crowd.
This is back in that John chapter 10, verse 4. It says, and when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice.
Oh, no. That's what I told you. Start at 10 and 1. That's what it is. No, you got 10 and 1. No, keep on going slightly. I understand. Go ahead.
And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers.
Right, so we ain't gonna fall off to no other doctrine, no other vain philosophy, no wayward way, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 6, this parable spake Yahushua unto them, but they understood not what things they were, which he spake unto them.
Now, that's what it was. Slightly spiritual about that. Read verse 2 again. Then we're gonna jump back to where we was.
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 2. It says, but he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep.
He that entereth in by the door. The door is Yahushua. So who is he that entereth in by the door? These are the same sheep that was supposed to go through the door. Because the Lord said if you don't enter the door, if you go another way, you're a thief and you're a robber. Yahushua is the door. Who is the man that entered into the door? Go ahead.
To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out.
Right. Yahushua is working through his men to call his sheep. Simply put, all right? The same man that entered through the door by the will and power of Yahushua, all right, is the same men which are your teachers that's giving you the truth, all right? Through the spirit and power of Yahushua, man. King David said it, if I was a doorkeeper in thy kingdom. He was being humble, but guess how much spiritual that was? All right, we're doorkeepers. We're leading sheep into the door because the door is Yahushua. All right, we're allowing the sheep in through his power as far as in preaching. All right, and the sheep hear his voice. Who's the voice of the Lord?
The prophets.
Right. Hey, listen, there's layers to the truth. A lot of people can't even get to scripture. That parable's deep as hell. All right, Yahushua is the door. Remember that. So who's the porter? Who's this? Who's that? All right, we're one body. We represent the body of Yahushua. So it's all one and the same, no matter how you want to look at it. Go ahead. You can jump back to that verse 7 in John 10th chapter.
Verse 7 in John 10 says,
and Rob, you got the Isaiah, that face. You should see thy teachers. They should no more belong. Remove the corner. Is it 20 and 30? I know it's 30. Go ahead.
It says, then said Yahushua unto them again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
I am the door of the sheep. I am the door of the sheep. Keep on going.
All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep...
Right, because they came up another way. They didn't go through the door. But in the verses earlier, it talked about a porter. It talked about a man going through the door. These are the prophets leading the sheep. Now understand, we were sheep ourselves. We came through the door. Okay, guess what? Now it's time for us to help let more sheep get through the door. Any motherfucker that want to go another way, he's a thief and he's a robber, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, all that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. And
earlier it said a man entered in, right?
Yeah.
These are the prophets, man. As well with the elect. All right? We are sheep. Guess what? We become shepherds. Simply put, man, we become shepherds ourselves. And Yahweh Shai being the chief shepherd, man. We're shepherds too, man. Go ahead.
It says, but the sheep did not hear him. I am the door by me. If any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture.
Go in and out. Did not the Lord say he fed? Hey, somebody get that. He fed us with green pastures.
Hey, and that word pasture goes into food or growth. So, and then, so if you want to tie that to the scriptures, hey, so if you find Yahweh Shai, you shall find life. You know, so you think that this world has something to give you, but no, if you live your life in the footsteps of Yahweh Shai, then you're going to find life, man. And not life here on earth. We're talking about eternal life, man.
Let's read up this scriptures, but I got it right here. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. It says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
Right, so we see our teacher. Hey, we see them shepherds at the door. We see the porters, all right? Hey, we see the shepherds, man. All right? Simply put, hey, a shepherd is what? A guide to the sheep. All right? We have men instructed in the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to lead us, man.
Hey, because like the elders always throw out in their videos, just a few years ago, the brothers probably wouldn't be able to stand out on the corners and do this, man. So they not pushed up into corners anymore, man. Hey, now we're able to voice our opinion.
No, we got the internet.
God, yeah.
It's a lot of you niggas that got the power and all that, or you have the able body to come out here and do the work. The internet is for us to upload these videos and give them out to the elect. A lot of you niggas ain't even active on YouTube, so you don't even show your faces. So this scripture can't be talking about y'all. This is talking about the elect teachers, man. All right?
By they utilizing Esau's devices to do all types of wickedness, man. Hey, no, they can go off, they can go look at the porns, they can go watch the Jay-Z videos, they can go do this, that, and the other. Hey, man, but we using YouTube to push out this word, man.
Right, a nigga will use the YouTube to play Tupac music and do or die, not read scriptures. And that's the inside of it. It's a heavy inside. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's back in that John chapter 10, verse 9. It says, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Right, which is Esau Edom. But guess what? This was talking about you 2/3 niggas. You niggas that don't want to listen to the truth. You niggas that don't want to know that you hear Israelites, man. That you are the chosen people of who the world inwardly calls God, man. Alright? So you gotta enter in by this door, man. The door being Yahweh Shai and the doctrine of his father. Alright? You gotta enter in this way. Alright? He has his men set up to usher you in, alright? To show you the way, to teach you the right paths. Alright? Like I said, there should be a voice behind you telling you which way to go. That's the elders. All right, somebody get Deuteronomy 28, no, not 28 and 8, 32 and 8, if I'm not mistaken.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. It says, when the Most High divided to the nations. What did it say?
This is John 4 and 13. He's talking about the doctrine. Yahweh Shai answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again, shall never thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst, but the water shall I give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. So this holy water doctrine is the everlasting life, you know what I'm saying? Everlasting life, you know what I'm saying? word been appeared 7 times, you know what I'm saying? And 7 is the completion.
Right, and who this word being preached by? Amos 27, his man, the mouthpiece of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That same voice, that's, it says you should hear a voice. And I need somebody to pull that one up too. Read that first, and then we'll get that. Hey, Elder, what's that? You should hear a voice behind you.
Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30 and 20, you know what I'm saying? Just get that real quick.
It wasn't 30.
Yeah, we was just reading Isaiah 30 and 20. Maybe
It's a little bit after. It should be right
Cause
after.
then that's the point.
The
So I
point was
guess
the
it's
first,
fair.
your teacher do not be removed into a
Right.
corner, and then the next verse is talking about, go ahead, read it.
It's verse 21, and it says, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee,
Right.
saying,
Go ahead. So
This is the way, walk ye in it."
this is the way, walk ye in it. What's that voice? The voice of the prophets. Read this. Because that's that voice walking the cool of the day. All right? Hey, read that Deuteronomy.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. It says, remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
All right?
Ask thy father, and he will shew thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Ask thy father, he should show thee. Not only do your father supposed to show you your lineage, how much more our spiritual father, Yahweh. So we ask him for the truth. Hey, Lord, what's going on? Where do I come from? What's the meaning of life? All right, hold on. I'm gonna give you your elders, and they gonna tell you. Read that part again.
It says, ask thy father, and he will shew thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee. That voice that you hear is your elders telling you which way to go. This is the truth.
And you don't like it, but we're your elders. All right? The men of the Lord are great millstone. I'm talking about to the brother who just crossed the line to the apostles on top. All right? The Lord gave us this truth. All right? And once the Lord proves that the men of the Lord are great millstone are the creme de la creme, all I gotta do is say, go read Revelations 3 and 9. All right? Read Revelations 2 and 9. All right? And the Esau and the heathens are the only ones who will be bowing down before our feet. It's gonna be you 2/3 ass niggas too, man. All right? And we just dealt with one just a little bit earlier. All right? He walked up and he up there, dealing with the brothers over in Karab's camp, and all of them was up there trying to deal with him. And then the spirit jumped to Shakari. He was like, he get beat. And he got and he got mad, threats and all kind of shit. Hey, I was dealing this, he was just telling me to beat it. Because you're a nigga. Me and Malcolm are trying to talk to this nigga, all three, about no, you'll see. About at least 20, 30 minutes. And we see them going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Going, and it's like, and between Malcolm and myself, and we both are known to, not to be, short on words. I might have a little bit more LWness on it, and we couldn't even get a scripture out. Because the motherfucker just kept running his mouth. You know what I'm saying? And then went on, he 38 years old, going on some gangbanger shit. Talking like, man, no, he out. I think I know him back from his day. And he out. He out. Like, motherfucker, you're 38 years old, you gangbanging. You up there trying to be a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But that's who the Lord, you 2/3 dumb ass niggas in this white man fucked up ass world gets hemmed up by the popo all the goddamn time, got hemmed up all the goddamn time trying to pay rent, trying to fucking survive, trying to fucking
Romans 11 and 7.
all the shit that we're going through.
You stay where you at. Get that.
And you cool with this goddamn place?
Yeah, get it.
And you're not looking for something better?
Right.
Romans 11
That means
7.
go ahead and get destroyed right along with this silly ass Edomites, man. The Edomites and these Moabites and these Ammonites. I'm gonna call you by your Hebrew names, man. There's gonna come a time where you're gonna be looking for an answer why your world is all jacked the fuck up and you're not gonna get it, man. Right now, the time is now to get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But since you know so goddamn much in this wicked ass society, then may you be destroyed by the same ass wicked society you love. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Get the Revelation 3 and 9.
Revelations 3
You wicked
and
ass
9.
2/3 niggas gonna get it. Go ahead.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not.
Now, you know what people think? that, you know, and it's twofold. The scripture is twofold. On one level, it's talking about the Jewish rats, but you know, on the first level, it's talking about niggas. All right?
That the whole wannabe.
You're not a Jew just because you got the bloodline, man. You're a Jew when you follow the law, statute, commandments of the Most High, man. Give me that, Shapaya. You're a Jew inwardly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta be first of all, you gotta be your spirit has to be an Israelite. Period. But you can't, in order to pull the Most High card of salvation, man, you gotta be living your life indicative of salvation, man. The Most High said 2/3 of the people are going to be destroyed and die. Zechariah 13:8, man.
I got you.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Romans 2:29. Pull up the right, Bible too. But he that is a Jew is one inwardly, and circumcision is of the heart in the spirit, and not in letter. Who praise is not of men.
Now don't get it twisted, man. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean. I'm a spiritual Israelite. No, you either got the blood, you have to have the blood, and you have to have the mind. You have to have the spirit. You have to live like it. All right. You gotta live like it. That was beautiful. You gotta live it. All right. Read it again, Ox. No.
Romans 2:29. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start.
27.
Let's start at 20. I'll start at 25. Now I'm just running real quick for you. This is Romans 2:25. For circumcision verily profited, if thou keep the law, but if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcised.
See, that's it. So it's telling you, it's not nothing. You got to be an Israelite, period. If you're a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, you're an Israelite by blood. But that doesn't mean you guarantee the kingdom on the first go around.
Huh.
All right? That doesn't mean nothing. Because faith without works is dead.
Dead, yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
Verse 26. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?
So if you're an Israelite, but you haven't been doing the things, you haven't been coming to keep Shabbat, you haven't keep doing certain things because you haven't learned that you're an Israelite by blood, but you're an Israelite and you're doing the things to the best of your ability. Guess what the Lord's going to do? He's going to hold you to what you know. All right, just like Pops, for instance. Did Pops ever stop us from coming to do the lessons?
Yeah.
Do the classes? The elders will come into town, house of the elders, the house the apostles. All right? All right? And then when it came down to his peoples, his upper circle, he'll be like, and I've caught my pop saying it him out of his own mouth. He'll be like, hey, my sons used to be actors, now they're prophets. You know what I'm saying? All right? So now, did he understand the fullness of what we were into? He had no idea. But then when the Lord took him, the Lord told me that the Lord it was going to save him for his charity, man. He was a friend of the prophets, man. And you can go ask Apostle Ramla, you can ask Apostle Rakha, you can ask Elder Monatazak, you can ask Bishop Karab, all right? And you can ask Elder Tazaya One and all the other brothers that came on down, the other elders that came on down, how my father treated him. And then all the other brothers from the different states that's coming, from Michigan coming, from St. Louis coming, from Indiana coming, from Wisconsin coming, Ohio coming, all right? And nothing but the door opened up to them, all right? And you'll see the charity that he had, all right? Go ahead, brother. There's more than that, right?
Yeah. This is verse 27. It shall not the uncircumcised, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee who's by the letter of circumcision do transgress the law. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is the circumcision, which is outwardly in the flesh, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart and in the spirit, and not of an in letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh.
So the Lord says, look, man, the real Jew is one who is one inwardly, all right? It's in your spirit. You're keeping the laws, you're keeping the statutes, you're keeping the commandments. You are an Israelite.
Right.
That's still one of them. I got to reiterate, that's still one of the main prerequisites.
Gotta be the one for
you
real.
got to still be an Israelite. All right, you can't circumvent the law. The law said a heathen won't enter into the congregation for
10th generation. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why the hell this shit, the reason why like we didn't even have to say that, he was teaching them, so that went without saying. It
No,
went without
well,
saying.
because the whole circumcision part was, you know, Paul was trying to tell him, listen, it ain't really about the law. He said a man that, you know, did the works in faith and he wasn't circumcised, guess what? It's going to be counted to him as circumcision of the spirit, of the heart. That's what Paul was talking about. So guess what? What was Paul dealing with? A lot of Hebrew Israelite foreigners, people that kept Greek customs. So the people, you bring him in the temple, he ain't just circumcised, man. You bring him in the temple, he got Greek garments on, man.
Yeah.
It ain't about that, man.
And it was
It's
like-
about your spirit. Go ahead.
It was like,
No, you got it. Go
and
ahead.
it was like would have been well better to go to some jakes that ain't even heard of the law, heard of the truth, you know, and barely even know if they're Israelite or not. And go to some seasoned ass niggas that's proud of thinking that they about to get saved by the law, man. That's how Paul felt, man. You know what? I would rather go to these guys because they don't probably get it, man. Because he probably could judge by what I'm saying.
And the wicked ass Jewish acting Israelites, because that's what they were doing. They were faking fun. A real Israelite keeps the law, statutes, commandments, period. All right? And that's why I don't blame Paul for not wanting to deal with them. He said, man, I'm done with y'all. Because they knew that they were Israel, and they still denied the Lord. They just denied the men of the Lord, all right? And the words of the Lord, man. So what do you think the Lord's going to do? He's going to set their ass up for destruction. All right?
What y'all got? Come on.
That was it to that. Can you go back to the John? Unless you had something.
10
Go
and
back to
8.
John 10.
I want
Oh, matter of fact, no. Get Acts at 8 and 31. Because we're going in about teachers and certain men guiding us and things of that nature. All right? And somebody get Hebrews, the 5th chapter. All right? Because that's the first principle of the oracles of Yahweh. Which oracles are the teachings. All right? You have need that a man teach you again. So therefore, your eyes should see the face of your teachers, man. We literally have teachers to tell us these things, to tell us the right way, like Deuteronomy spoke about. Okay? Go ahead.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 8, verse 31.
Start up at 29.
Verse 29 in Acts chapter 8 says, Then the Spirit said unto Philip, Go near, and join thyself to this chariot. And Philip ran thither to him.
And it happens like that in the spirit sometimes. You know, you gotta listen to the spirit like, oh, let me see what this man about. Is he gonna get the truth? If he ain't, let me just test the spirit out. Go ahead.
And Philip ran thither to him, and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said,
Which is Isaiah. All right, go ahead.
and said, Understandest thou what thou readest?
Right. Do you understand the scriptures that you're reading? Not every man understands these words, man. This is only given for a select few. Go ahead.
And he said, How can I, except some man shall guide me?
Unless some man. He didn't say the actual spirit and Yahushua came from heaven himself to teach me. Oh, because he had the book. Listen, this Enoch knew this Enoch.
This
knew
eunuch.
I
This
don't want
eunuch.
to call him Enoch so bad.
This eunuch.
Knew he was a Hebrew Israelite because he was coming back to keep one of the high holy days. So that's beyond what we're talking about. Because going to, did he know he was an Israelite? Of course he did, motherfucker.
Man, Acts the 2nd chapter, you don't even have to go through all that. Nobody came to Jerusalem to keep a holy day except an Israelite. As the same as today. Nobody is trying to even keep the matter of fact, these so-called wicked ass Christians, why they're not keeping the Passover. They'll keep Easter, which is the Easter Ashtaroth, but they're not gonna keep the Passover. They're not keeping the Feast of Tabernacles. They're not keeping the Hanukkah. All right. They're not keeping none of Purim. All right. The Day of Atonement, the Memorial of Trumpets. Right? Of course, they're not even keeping the Shabbat.
And you know what? Hey, back in reincarnation, you got niggas like The Lord taught Jews that knew that they were Israelites, but they didn't have the truth, man. We knew we was Israelites 2,000 years ago. They still didn't have the whole entitled truth. The only difference between then and now is that we completely fell away, man.
Right,
You know?
but that was prophesied to come.
Yes.
And Thessalonians, it'll be a great falling away first. Now, once we fell away, now we all lost our heritage and our culture. All of us, every single one of us. Only people right now who's being born into understanding that they're Israelite from birth is the children of the prophets today.
Right.
All right?
Back to it.
You got a lot of proud ass chicks, man. Ain't the ones that know they Israelites. You know, they boast against the other brothers, man, against us and shit. You know, they'll say like something into their Judaism says, we'll bring our spiritual, they'll agree with it, and they say, well, we'll go to the Hebrew. But damn it, if you say don't be a faggot in English, you say the same thing in Hebrew, man.
How much harder in Hebrew? Because the words stick a lot better.
Or the offensive things like the chip, or even the Saturday Sabbath. I'm not even going to the whole rape thing because they can't even understand that. But these are Jews. These are the real Jews that I'm talking about. They can't understand this. Same Jews just passed by. What about 30 minutes ago? About 40 minutes ago?
Oh yeah. There you go, get it, man.
So they come here and get taught.
I had a Jewish person in my cab last weekend, and I wanted to really play with him, but the Spirit told me to be careful, so I was careful. So I told him, because he asked, I said something to somebody, or said something. He's like, Jewish.
Oh.
I said, yeah, I'm studying, you know. He said, what you study? He's like, well, you know, you can't really keep the laws, not for, you know, unless you're a Jew, you can't keep the law. For you always need to go learn the 7 Noahide laws. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Noah, there's no scripture that said Noah had laws that were for the people at that time. The laws that were for the people of that time were the same laws and statutes and commandments that we're teaching today. The prophets of Genesis, the world began. It was an oral law before it was written. Right? The law was oral before it was written. Okay? Right? And ain't no such thing as no damn Noahide laws. Okay?
Right.
And so, and then when I went and go look up the Noahide laws, which are all from the scriptures, certain things that it was said from oral tradition.
Right, the oral kind.
Y'all don't keep them in. and you break the Torah anyway. In the book of Deuteronomy, it's in the law, in the Torah, it says not to add anything to it.
Right? They done put the Talmud, all types of shit.
Yeah, it says if you can get it, you get it. Well, you get the one in Revelation.
It's Revelations.
The one out of the law.
And the one in the Old Testament, yeah, it hit hard in Deuteronomy. It's in Deuteronomy.
Yeah, I know. I'm about
Woo.
to get it.
Lord had to say it twice for you niggas, because he knew it was going to happen, man.
So speaking not once, twice.
Hell no. He got a hell of a gate. He got a raw ass gate.
Every man that hears the word of prophecy of this book, if any man add,
I'm glad I was. I do not like it.
if any man add shall to these things, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book.
So he saw. Go. You got it, elder.
This is Deuteronomy 4, and I'm going to back him up. I'm going to give the precept out of the law. Right? This is Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, and neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you. That's in the Torah. Now, if you go look up the Talmud, it wasn't written. Matter of fact, I'm going to Google it right now. I was going to give you a guesstimation around the time, but you know what? I'm just going to give you when was the Talmud written. Watch this. The Talmud, 4th century.
Damn.
The older compilation is called the Jerusalem Talmud or the Talmud Yerushalmi. It was compiled in the 4th century in Galilee. We
was gone. We wasn't there.
You talking about 400 AD.
How the hell can you add the Talmud and 400 when the Torah was written over 2, 3, 4,000 years ago?
Right.
That proves to you that Jewish lie of following the Talmud is a lie. And they're not the real Israelites. The real Israelites are so-called Negro, so-called Latino, so-called Native American Indians. And the Most High is going to come prove it. And the Bible proves it. Archaeology proves it. All right? And you simple-minded, dumb-ass people, if Most High is going to prove it to you all too, walking around in white man's world getting fucked by your own people. Genetically modified organisms, ain't even eating real food, not breathing real air. So taking it, goddamn it, fluoridated water, fluoridated toothpaste.
Toothpaste, shit.
Right? And your ass is stupid. That's why the Most I can't wait till the Most I destroy you.
Hey, you said it right. Most I can't wait till the Most I destroy you.
That's right.
That's right. He ready to destroy your
I
ass.
know, but y'all got it.
That day in his
double
heart.
Dutch right now.
That day in his
He's
heart.
double Dutch. He like this. You know what I'm saying? Like just ready to go. Just ready to go. Lord.
Right. Right. Hey, we there yet? Oh, shit. We there yet?
It's like the tag team in WWF or WWE, whatever they change the shit name.
Right.
When they're in the middle of the ring, and
You good, bro.
The whole,
Yeah, I know. All right, that's cool.
The whole flipping and the whole wrestling and everything, right?
You not? You
And
good?
it's a tag team. What do you see? What do you see on the other side of the rope with the they like this?
Right.
They like this.
Tag my ass in.
Tag me, bro. Tag it. And they go ahead and have a good old time, man. Come on the top rope and hit it and elbow and everything, man. You get
God.
okay? And just like that person on the bench on the NBA game or on the bench of the MLB, man, that whoever's on the bench is sitting like this.
They ready to get up. Especially if they a starter.
Somebody get hurt, so you gotta reset.
Well, listen, LeBron James did it. He was sitting on the bench. He didn't like the way shit was going. All right, he subbed himself in. He said, fuck the hell, the coach. Hey, I'm subbing myself in. He was that hot to get in it. Go ahead. Yeah, yes. Where Pops go? Oh, okay, I thought Pops came out with him.
Many are in high place of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. So the mysteries are dark understanding of this book is revealed to the meek, the humble, man. Who are the humble, the elect, man. And then you go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 5 says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Damn.
The meek,
See, you got me so
the
good.
meek, the elect, gonna inherit what? The kingdom, man, on earth.
Kind of,
man.
ooh.
But you 2/3 niggas, man.
I want right
you
here.
gonna get destroyed on this side, man. And you gonna have shame on
Count.
you. And Esau, you definitely get shit. You all those scriptures the brown, man. It ain't for you.
I just wanted to let you know. Go ahead. Oh, the act. Y'all still in the acts? Con. Yup. Go ahead. You crying.
Proverbs 30:6. Add thou not
Ah,
to his word,
Proverbs.
lest ye reprove thee, and thou be found a liar.
And all you people add to the word of the Lord, changing the doctrine of the word of the Lord, and then you're going to come to the real men of the Lord and telling us we're picking and choosing and playing Hebrew hopscotch. Hey, you don't read the scriptures.
You a liar.
A little bit here, a little bit there. What the fuck does that mean, man? Take a little bit here, take a little bit there, line upon line, line upon line. You're retarded.
Right. We ain't changing nothing. Like Paul said, I give you no new commandment.
Right.
And
Hey, wait a minute. What chapter did he say that?
New Testament, 1 John.
1 John, all right?
God.
Now watch this. Now, you go into, let's say, Romans 9, and we when he's saying that we're the oracles and we're committed the words
Right.
of God, right?
Okay.
Now, that's the point I want to make. I got to go start at Romans, the 1st chapter, to read all the way. By the time I get to the 9th chapter, motherfuckers sit like this.
All right.
You know, if you can't, I'm reading Deuteronomy, and I'm going to go to Deuteronomy 28 to read the curses. No, context.
No,
So
you don't
we're
read.
going to start at Deuteronomy 1.
You don't read it like that.
Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
You don't read it like
Then
that.
Deuteronomy 2, 1 and 2. Then Deuteronomy 1 and 3. And then Deuteronomy 1 and 4. Man, but you guys going to get the message. You're so stupid and so simple, man. That's why the Lord has done If you're stupid and simple, the Most High made you that way for destruction. Man.
Hey, but as simple as these people are, man, niggas, as simple as they are, they like to say that, I mean, you know, because Deuteronomy is the second book. That's true. But they that's how they come up with their own heart. They love to use that when it comes to certain laws and things like that. You know the law. I have a spirit that brothers might know what particular law I'm talking about. But they love to say that Exodus is the first law according to that the second law is mentioned in Deuteronomy, particularly the 22nd chapter. They love to say that, which is in that order is not. But that proves what you just said in context, saying that you got to read the whole book.
You can't listen. You simply can't read the Bible like that, because you know if that's the case, when you read Jude refers to something all the way back that Enoch said that's not even recorded in Genesis. Exactly. You want to talk about oral tradition? Where the hell did he get that from? He said what Enoch said. He said, he quoted what Enoch said in Jude. Well, Jude says that Enoch talked about the Lord coming with his thousands of heaven to destroy a place. Well, in the Old Testament, you don't read that passage. We know about Enoch. So why in Jude you find this? Well, apparently they had something they was reading, whether it was within the old law and oral traditions. This is the truth, all right? But and he had to be taught that. But go ahead with the description. Yeah, I don't want to ramble too much.
I just want to make a point.
Go ahead.
The Lord blinded their eyes, man. You know, this thing is strictly for the elect, man. Hey, we even out here for the elect's sake, man. Hey, we're the hopeful elect, man. You know, hey, we know that our works is not going to return back vain. You know what I'm saying? We know that what we're doing has a purpose, man. But it says in Romans 11, verse 7, it says, what then? Israel has not obtained that which he seeketh for.
Hey, Mark 4:11 and Mark 13:11. Grab those.
The election hath obtained it, and the rest were blundered.
Mark
13:11.
As it is written, Yahweh hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see.
Right. Hey, they blinded. They sleep. Somebody get that Romans 13:2. No, Romans 11:7. All right, it's high, have Israel obtained that what she's seeking for? On the election happens. Oh shit, Salaki, I ain't paying attention. I need to cut myself. I ain't paying attention, Salaki, y'all.
Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It says, what then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for.
And the majority have not, man. Because they're looking for it in every other thing, and every other thing they can see. Like Eve, like I said in Genesis, it said Eve saw the wisdom, and it was pleasant to the eye.
Right.
And these niggas see around in this place is pleasant to the eye, but they see this and they despise it, man.
Because they don't see shit for what it's really for. They looking at it from the outward appearance, and that's what Eve did.
If you cannot receive this truth, it's because the Lord has blinded you. As simple as that. Isaiah, give me Isaiah 6:9.
Oh, that's that spirit of slumber.
Man,
These motherfuckers snoozing.
I mean, they got, you talking about earwax.
Hey, you know what's
They got
crazy?
elephant earwax in their ears.
You remember Abraham, right? I was watching his Snapchat. He said, snoozing. He said himself, I said, indeed. He said, yeah, like, what? There ain't shit to say yeah to. Like, nigga, you sleep.
He saw carnal.
He saw it, he didn't see it spiritually. He couldn't see it. Damn.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 9. It says, and he said, go and tell this
Right here?
people, hear ye indeed,
Eagle eye, nigga.
but understand
I
not,
seen it too.
and
Right.
see ye indeed.
Hearing, seeing, can't perceive it, can't hear it, can't understand it. And
He's
we
going to break it down
Yep.
how you can't hear it and how you can't perceive it. Keep reading.
go ahead.
It says, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy.
So he said make their ears what?
Make their ears heavy,
And their eyes what?
and make it's like and shut their eyes.
Okay, so now if you shut somebody's eyes, guess what? Now they can't see. If you close somebody's ears, now they can't hear. Now how far are you gonna get walking in this world with your ears up, hey, with your ears stopped up, your eyes closed. All right?
No
You ain't going nowhere, man. How far can I walk down the street right now if I plug my ears and I close my eyes? I tell you right now, I feel like this. And next thing you know, I'm about to go veer into that wood wall down there. I'm gonna hit these barriers. I'm gonna walk straight to this police car right behind. I'm gonna go walk into the middle of the street and get hit or get jacked up. Now read it again. Read from verse 9 again.
I went to Pops.
Back to Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 9. It says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed.
So now you say here. Go ahead. And now how many jakes walk past us so far today? At least 50.
Plenty.
Right, Go ahead.
Hear ye indeed.
So they hear it. Go ahead.
And understand not.
Don't got a goddamn clue of what we say. That's right.
They didn't consider. They
That's
kept
right.
on walking past.
That's right. Go ahead.
And see ye indeed.
Buffalo got 4 eyes, man. Some of them got 2 eyes. All right? I still can't see.
But perceive
They
not.
fucked me up.
All right? And you still can't perceive, don't understand. I mean, people walking by.
Yep. Eyes wide open shut.
I mean, completely 20/20 vision and blind in the motherfucker.
Because they naturally can see. They can't see spiritually.
Now, if I would have had a sign that says Thanksgiving, come get your Thanksgiving blessings, motherfucker would have been stopped and like, what's this? What you talking about? All right.
Come.
It says, make the heart
You better be.
of this people fast.
You better.
Right.
Make their ears heavy.
Hey, make their eyes, shut the eyes, make the ears heavy. All right, go ahead. That's what?
It says, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears.
Because otherwise you're gonna come into the truth.
At least thou be converted. Yep.
All right, go ahead.
And understand with their heart and
understand with your
convert.
mind and be what?
And convert.
And what?
And convert.
Come on, man. Be with the truth, man.
And be healed.
And then you get healed. Now, does the Lord really want to heal? Fucking, what's his name? Big Lip Steve Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
Does he really want to heal Michael Jordan?
He's giving them all the song.
Does he? What? Now, don't get it twisted. Lord can heal who he wants. But guess what? You gotta pay for your shit, man. You can't come out here and do all kind of wickedness and all manner of sin and think the Lord's gonna sit there and give you the kingdom.
They got their consolation prize.
There you go, brother.
Yeah.
They got their money, they got their fame, they got their glory now. And I think about John Sally. John Sally walked past the camp, the LA camp. And he was like, no, come here, baby, come here. He had this girl with him. He said, no, go ahead, come listen. Now, would you tell her such. And they told her such. He's like, see? And then as soon as he got a moment, he was out that camp.
Right. That's that Ezekiel 33. It's a good song. It's a good song to these niggas, man. But when it comes to doing the work and being an Israelite, and then the nigga got an excuse, man.
And that's because they don't see no consolation out of this thing.
It look good, man. Shit. I'm mad now.
Psalm 69, verse 22. This that curse David put up on it.
Oh yeah, that snare.
Yeah, 'cause
They
it's-
table let
it's-
it be a snare.
Back in the day. It says Psalm 69 and 22. Let their table, this book, let their table become a snare before them, that which shall have been for the welfare, let it become a trap.
So, in so many words, David prayed that this truth become a stumbling block into their ass. Because the scriptures say it. It says to some, a stone of salvation. To others, a stone of offense.
That's right. And then on top of that, you go back to Judges chapter 2. The Lord himself said that these other gods should be a snare unto them, man.
Yup.
Yahweh Shai was a snare unto the
Yup.
He said into the what about the 70 or something that left him. He was like, if you don't eat
Right.
my flesh and
Drink my blood.
you have no part in me. Motherfucker,
It's a
all before him was like, blessed are they, yes. It was like, and I'm gonna do this, yes. If you don't eat my flesh, huh?
this nigga crazy. Yep, that's how they look.
Did he just told us about to eat him?
That's first.
You say something down in the book.
And then he came to the disciples and said, y'all gonna leave me too?
Where should we go? We ain't got no, man, we ain't got nowhere to go,
So
man.
whom I'm going and where I'm going to get this knowledge and where I'm going to see the power of the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem,
Right.
man. All right? All right, I'll see you later.
When you tell the truth, see you later.
I'm serious.
Nah, I know you was. That's why I laughed. Go ahead.
That their eyes be darkened,
Right.
that they see not.
And the Lord is the one closing the eyes, man. The Lord is the one making sure our own people can't see it. We're
Hey.
telling our people we're the kings of this earth. We're telling our people we're the princes and princesses of the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We're the real people. The Lord's about to come and save us from our captivity. You know these niggas, they say, no, I need to go stand in line at the goddamn FUBU store, goddamn it. I gotta go and worry about my finals. They worry about everything in the world but picking up the scriptures and reading their own heritage and culture. Building a relationship with the Creator.
Come.
All right? They're gonna wonder. They're gonna wonder. They're gonna wonder. All right?
Man, I want to say so much. I'm just trying to be nice right now.
Let their eyes be darkened, that they see not, and make their loins continue to shake. Pour out thy indignation upon them, and let their wrath and anger take hold of them. Means destruction of 2/3, man. Jeremiah chapter 13, verse 8. You niggas are finished, man.
Man, these niggas are not only finished this, they're talking to. And they don't know that I hope this is the last Christmas, and I hope this is the last Thanksgiving on this goddamn side. You got niggas still coming here. I ain't seen so many people with shopping bags now. Oh, it's Black Friday. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spend. And it's the biggest dumbass, man. So they're rushing to go get a deal. All right, don't even know that this is the deal. This is the greatest deal on the planet. That's right. All right, the deal that's gonna get you out of that jam. All right, but that's okay. Our RFID chip is around the corner. The mandatory chipping of all people. All right, and you're gonna say, I'm not gonna take the chip. Yes, your dumb ass is gonna take the RFID microchip.
Yep.
All right.
What I was talking to homie at work. Some nigga, he knew he was Israelite. I had already perceived because like nigga had the little beard or whatever. He had the beard. I had a feeling for a while, but I had my scripts, man. I had my scripts on the table or whatever. I had my scripts on the lunch cafeteria table. You gonna say some and I had these exact ones. And I can't find the ones I had bought not too long ago. So I ripped them. He's like, oh man, you got the scripts like my pops, man. I gotta stay tell him, you know, you need to get a new Bible. He's like, this and there. Like, yeah, you know, it's my second one. You know, look at some more. He's like, wait, what church you go to? The Israel guy? Like, hell no. You know, I start cutting this shit out of his ass. Nigga went outside to smoke a square, man. Whole point being, we went back to work. We went back to work, right? Like, shit. Like, I was saying, shooting some little messages, like, he said something that I was like, you don't believe in the scriptures? He's like, well, it's not that. You know, I just know, I'm just not concerned with it right now. I'm living for my family and I'm working. And
That means you're a nigga.
you don't give a fuck, man. If you really ever care about your family, it's like you don't believe in this or you don't believe in taking care of your goddamn family, man. That's right.
You know the thing, though, this is, Yahweh Shai said it. Who is my brother?
Right.
Who is my mother? He pointed to the disciples, man.
Right.
You know, I went up to Michigan and I went up to Michigan to go see my mom and to let my daughter see her grandparents and her cousins and so forth. People say, oh yeah, you know, did you have a good time? Man, I do that because I got to. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't get a chance to go preach. I didn't get a chance to teach them and get them to understand their heritage and their culture. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to care about where I'm at and what I'm doing, care about the Lord, man. Care about the Most High, man. Come care about these scriptures. And the only reason why I wasn't too mad is when one of my nephews, he was like, oh yeah, sometimes we be sitting back and watching your videos.
You know, and the spirit said, I'm not gonna cuss him out, because otherwise I'm gonna say, where you at? You have a question?
No.
Yeah, something.
Just listen to what you're saying.
Have you ever seen this before?
No.
No. Have you ever thought about who the real people of Israel are?
I mean, we're Christian. We believe in the Bible.
You believe in the Bible? Okay. So what's the Bible say about the future? What would they be if the last?
I'm not in the debate.
What do you mean a debate? You talking about just talking about theology?
I love
You do?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amen.
What's the name? Right. What's the Lord? You have a scripture back there? No, why you keep saying argue? Why you trying to not argue, bro? You just said, I don't know, and I'm saying,
No, she said there's a bunch of different.
okay, she said there's a bunch of different.
There is a bunch of different.
And I have a
Messiah, the King.
That's not me.
No. That's still a title.
How? What did you say? Okay, go get Zephaniah real quick. You got it?
I got it.
He got it.
We come in peace, bro. We come in peace.
Let you know he got one name.
You gotta go anyway.
I was gonna let I'm gonna go
Let
ahead.
him go.
I was
Let
gonna let you
him
know that he
go.
has one name.
Somebody get Zephaniah 3:9. If not,
I got it
Get
right
Zephaniah
there.
3:9. Just give him a straight point.
This Acts 4 and 12. Neither there is salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men, whether we must be saved.
It's only one name, but I want the scripture that said one. Give me Zephaniah 3:9.
This is Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9.
Excellent scripture.
It says, for then will I turn to the people of pure
So
language.
first of all, he wants the name to be in the pure Hebrew. I'm trying to help you out. In order to get to the Lord, you gotta. He said, I want the pure language. Go ahead.
It says that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent.
So he said, all one together at the same time.
Now you can't find them new.
No, because he was looking for a different scripture. That's the same Bible.
It's
And I give you
still in
seven.
here.
Get Zechariah 14:9. It's going to say his name is one. Give me that Zechariah 14:9.
Zechariah 14. Don't get on your phone. Find it for me.
I do that.
Come on, well, do
I'm
it.
trying to
See,
get it for you quick.
He doesn't believe that's what I said.
we got it right here.
you to stop using that. Use your Bible.
I'm gonna laugh.
Hey, that's,
I told him that for a reason because it was going to be presented.
And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. And that day shall there be one Lord.
I know what you're saying.
And his name what?
You talking about the spirit?
Yes, one name. That's the spirit told me to
he keeps saying many when it's saying one.
Should have listened to him. I get it.
We're here for
In the spirit, because
we're here to give you
I kind of listen like this.
No, it's real.
that's not being taught in Christianity.
It was just last week you said something.
Pull up 28. Pull up 28. Pull up 28. Isaiah 28.
Get up. Get up.
Well, I tell you what.
I stop because I appreciate it.
Here,
You guys stand here. Every day, everything I do is given to the Lord. I'm
For real?
I
Okay.
appreciate everything, even the worst.
28. Start where it says.
It's
It's 28.
We're walking by right now.
Whom shall he critique? See?
We stopped to see you guys, so we stopped to hear what you guys have to say.
Well, I tell you this. I want you to do something I don't normally do. Because I usually don't tell you that people the name of the Lord unless they do. But I'm going to tell you. The name of the Lord is right here. You walk right past it's like those are titles.
Those titles. See, titles.
If I go into the Palmer right here, Palmer House right here, and they're having a convention of doctors, and I'm going to go look for my doctor, and I say, hey, doctor! They all doctors. They're going to all be like, huh? Then I say, okay, let me be a little more specific. Dr. Williams. It still might be about 4 or 5
I
Dr.
just
Williams
can't.
like
I'm
this.
that way. Like, it's like a hard walker.
No, because it's not being taught. That's the reason I'm going to teach it to you, just in case you're sincere about what you're
I
saying.
know it, but I don't
I'm
know
telling you,
Oh,
I
she don't wanna know
guarantee you, if the folks that
She say save it?
people come would be Yahweh, which is not right, or
Are you
Jehovah,
sure?
which is not right.
Means I can't like.
Because the letter J was the letter to the 1600.
1634.
It's not right because it's a long silent A. Those not in Hebrew. This is the name right here. This is the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and this is His Son, Yahweh Shai.
I can't.
No, you could.
It's dreadful.
Can you say adios? What's adios mean? It's a goodbye, so you can. You go,
If I
brother.
may, does it not say that we can do all things?
Through the grace that's straight.
Yeah, so why are you saying can?
It's not bad.
So you have to- it's called
You
learn.
know what I'll tell you right
But
Okay.
who's the most important name that we need to be?
I
Edomite.
think
No,
Christians-
Scripture says
I've
that
been a Christian.
my name would be
Like, I
dreadful
would say
among the
from
heathen.
That's right, brother.
all
That's right,
these
brother.
things, right?
That's right, brother. Hey, take it easy, bro.
There's just some things that I don't touch on, but I do touch on to what every day is about. And stop right now. And give you guys appreciation. You know, just like you could keep walking. But I respect that what you guys are doing. He's here because I prayed for him. And the fact that he sat here and like I know that smile, it made him look at me and then want to stop. Because I know he appreciates it too.
All right, though.
It's just
Y'all take care now.
Lord, like, and that's it. Trust God, do good. That's it. I work for the Lord. That's
Have a good day.
We're out here doing the greatest thing.
And I will say this. I will say this because I was playing. I had a little fun, and I held my peace because I perceive that I just perceive it. Him, I'm actually on the fence. He might be too because he had a little bit more swag than the so-called normal way. Right? But at the same time, that the underlying what they said is the reason why millions and billions of people who call themselves Christians. The brother started off with Acts the 4th chapter. He said, there's only one name you can call on to be saved. We just went into the Hebrew, showed them there's a Hebrew, gave them several scriptures, Zephaniah 3 and 9, and Zechariah 14 and 9, showing that you have his name is one, and that it must be all in one consent and the pure language. A Christian right then and there, Christian should stop right there and say, wait a minute. Who are you guys and where can I get more information? But what did she say? I can't remember all of that. I'm about living, I live my life every day. I forgot it. And how can you argue with her?
Romans 10.
Because you know what? She's going to do what she wants.
Romans 10 and 2.
And continue to live because she's putting the Lord according to her desires. All right?
Romans 10 and 2.
Her ideology. And I'm dealing with them as if maybe they're in confusion of faces. Outside of that, they're Edomites and they just got just straight condemned.
Well, the
Right?
shit is like the shit is they'll come to the truth. You don't die to death. You don't die like you was a fucking heathen. You don't die. These niggas, and especially because you look like you a confusion face.
I say this and I'll say it again. A lot of confusion of face were made to confusion of face because the Most High didn't want to deal with it. It's a curse to it. All right? It's a curse. That's majority of the confusion of face is going to be destroyed too.
These niggas gonna jack your ass up. They gonna try to go after these Edomites. They gonna think you an Edomite, and you ain't in this fold.
And they're going to be complaining. You're going to be sitting there. I love black people. You know what I'm saying? And they're sincere.
They gonna actually be niggas themselves, but they gonna die like they was heathens, man. Hey, and you know what? Like the elder said, man. First off, the confusion of face was meant to be made an example according to the power of the Lord, man. If you don't come into this, it's like, if you don't come into this fall, there's no hope for you, man. You gonna die like you was a heathen. You gonna die thinking you was a white man.
And there's millions of confused faces. Because in Hosea chapter 1, said Israel should be like the sand of the sea. That's Israel, those called Israel sand of the sea for nothing. So there's millions and millions of confused faces out there. This is a right?
Hey, I perceive that she's an Israelite, and I ain't claimed her anyway. So, and so it doesn't matter if she was or was or not. You know what I'm saying? But you know what we're always out here for is the furtherance of the gospel. And I'm not going to look at you as an impossible Edomite and I still teach you, you know, just in case you might be an Israelite. Right? Because our job is to our own people. Even though they walk right on by and don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can see why the Lord went. He had made that scripture in Second Ezra saying that I would go to them, which are not my people, which really were. But he was saying
no, but he don't. But the reason why he said it was for a reason. We're brought up as if we're Gentiles. We're brought up as if we're heathens. We're brought up not understanding that we are the people of the Lord. So guess what? We're brought up not as a people.
right.
All right? That's why the Lord had to bring us back into our understanding. Right before, matter of fact, I remember, I just to say this, but I remember living in going to USC, living in LA, and I remember me reading Ephesians, which was talking about unless you're outside, if you're outside of the Lord, outside of the Commonwealth of Israel. I'm like, dang, unless I follow Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and I didn't want to say that was talking about Jesus and the Bible, I'm not an Israelite. I have to convert to Judaism in order to have a chance. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, and I'm thinking I had to convert to Judaism just to get a chance. But then I'm dealing with my professor in the class, and the first thing he said in the class was, you can't use the Bible from a historical perspective. I said, what? I got so mad, and it pissed me off so mad. I walked out of class, and I'm fuming. I'm like, how you gonna say you can't use the Bible from a historical perspective? And I just mad, I'm cussing and fussing. I said, man, he's so fucking lucky he a Jew. Otherwise I'll cuss him, but we can't cuss him. I said, you can't cuss him.
Real talk.
That's how far
Real talk.
But I'm halfway there, but I don't know. That's us.
We all was, man, messed up.
That right there hurts my
Many
spirit.
doctrines and philosophies, man, we've been taught, man. Yup. Being led into damnation. Yup.
That's that plantation. But that's, you know what, fuck it. All that shit on the umbrella plantation Christianity and shit.
That's really all it is, man. That's all it is, man. Because you know what? Somebody grab Mark 4. Because once upon a time we were, hey man. It even says, I think in Isaiah, where it says, my rough ones have walked in rough ways, man. We was all walking on that road where we thought this was it. Because we was trying, hey man, so we was trying to seek that truth, man. We were seeking the truth, man. The election never obtained it. And hey man, the rest were blinded, man.
I tell you, man, when we talking about being blinded, we've lost everything. That's why Yahushua said in Revelations, I think the 3rd chapter, don't you know that you're blind, miserable, naked, wretched, poor? We're jacked the fuck up, man. Not knowing who we are, not having any sense of identity, and being taught that it's cool to be that way.
And then they also in the world they talking about what they say. Yeah, man. Anyway, Mark chapter 4, verse 3. Hearken, behold, there went out a sword to sow. And it came to pass as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls of the air came and devoured the up.
Yeah, so these are different camps he's talking about, man. Those who didn't follow into the truth, man. Luckily, we fell on that good ground, man. Go ahead.
Verse 5, and some fell on stony ground where it had not much earth, and immediately sprang up because it had no depth of earth.
Yeah, it said that they had no depth of earth, man. There was nothing holding them down, man. And they got swallowed up, man.
No foundation.
No foundation.
Yeah. Verse 6, but when the sun was up, it was scorched.
And it burned.
And because it had no root, it withered away.
Withered away.
Withered away.
So you need a root and a foundation in this place, man.
Shabaho.
You know? And it's put something in the scriptures, man. When you dig into it. Go ahead.
And some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it and yield no fruit.
Right. Because you got some that are coming to the truth, and they have this word, they end up getting choked out. They have the word in them, but over time it's not really meant for them, because as it says in Hebrews, man, this word was preached to us as well as them. And you might have had some that like they was rehearsing it, but they didn't mingle it with faith, man. It was just something that they wanted to hear, just like that Jeremiah. I remember Brother Speed bringing it, like he had that, what was that king? He's talking about, he had even Jeremiah say amen, because he wanted to do it, man. Acting like he was convinced, or he was convicted, man. You have brothers that can feel like they're convicted, really not, they're not convinced of the truth, man. And that's a scary ass thing, man. That's a scary ass thing. You figure. But you know what?
Hey, but no, that's called a strong delusion.
Can't ask for
Right?
no better
Because the
answer.
Lord has given many people to over into a strong delusion that they should believe a lie.
That's right.
And that's that strong delusion. If you have a strong delusion, you actually, matter of fact,
Wholeheartedly.
He think he's right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I was saying he used to. Now I think he know he's wrong. Because right now, you ain't even out there. One by one, you take away everything. But at first, they thought they was feeling some type of way. Like, finally. And then after, I don't know what I done. Damn, I done fucked up. Now, especially the dreadhead. His ass wandered around here like a lost puppy. You know what I'm saying?
Swift.
Me and Big Guy had just seen him before, because Spidey had showed us this video. It's almost hilarious, but sad video of Master Writer. But we had seen BK Swift ass walking down here by McDonald's, and Keys jingling shit with the little brother.
Hey, bro.
Like he said, like he looked dead as hell, man. He looked sad. He looked like a lost puppy, man.
No, he is dead, man. And through the spirit, I feel like he want to actually come back, man. You know, because he's down here every week. I've been seeing that brother down here every week for about the last 4 weeks.
He come out by himself, but don't teach. He come back out in the streets, man. And he'll walk by the camp. You know what I'm saying? He'll walk by like.
Yep.
Why? Because his ass is feeling fucking convicted.
Well, I mean, brothers say they had dreams. If he really feels that way, hey, it ain't about what we say. You gonna stay your ass in that camp, regardless of what the fuck we say or what we. Hey, I can tell you that don't fucking come back. Because Murphy said something in the hard spirit. Hey, if you're the elect, you're gonna get it anyway. That's right. Because if I was the elect, you tell me, man, fuck you, nigga, don't ever come back. When she steady telling me the right thing, I know you got the truth. I know you got the truth. I'm gonna bring my ass back.
That's right.
Ain't nothing gonna stop me from coming back. I'm gonna continue to bring my ass back. Nigga, you still here? You feel me? I'm gonna be right there.
That's right. Hey, you supposed to put that pride aside, man. Hey, because if you really got that faith in the Lord, and hey, the faith in these words, the words that was given to us in this Bible, man, you will come out here week in and week out. No matter what the people do, no matter what nobody on the other side of the line have to say about you, man.
So he'll be like, hey, first he'll repent to the Most High. Then he come back, hey, Salat, and he'll just get back to as usual. So right. Anyway, verse 7 and some verse 8 and other fell on good ground and did yield fruit and sprang up and increased.
Right.
And brought forth some 30, some 60, and some 100. All right. And he said to he that hath ears, let him hear.
And guess what? By those fruits was the book being preached, but not all had the faith mingled with it. You know, this book was being preached, but not all. Hey, you can read outside of a book. You can have somebody reading a book, Three Little Cats, and they can say this is Three Little Mices, or the Mises, or the Cassuses. They even said something that one thing that was off, according to that book, but they weren't truly preaching that book, man, because you know what? All those fruit came from the same tree.
Right.
But they didn't fall on the good ground, man. You know? And if I can roughly say, well, like in my spirit, what I always say that I've always said this in my head, I believe that tree is really talking about One West, man. But even deeper, you can just, not even deeper as broad spectrum is Israel, man. You know? Because the truth pretty much came from One West, man. The One West teaching school, man. But it's only one true church, one true group. Because that's really what church goes into, man. The iglesia to call out, man. Call these people out on this shit. There's only one true group in church that the Lord's dealing with, man. And I believe the great millstone is that, man.
That's right. Hey, and like the brother was saying about the brother, man, he's walking around like you know what I'm saying, like kind of shameful, you know, because hey, he came against the word of the Lord, man. He came against the prophets of the Lord. Hey, and now he's walking around with nowhere to go. His brothers, the people who preach the same doctrine as him is not out here. But Proverbs 11:2 says, with pride cometh, then cometh shame. But the lowly is wisdom. Hey, so man, shame is upon those people right now, man. But right now, we're in the lowest state. Hey, we're willing to stand on the other side of the line, man. We're willing to hey, shut up if a brother tells me to shut up. Because guess what? I'm going to perceive the spirit, man. I'm going to look at the whole situation. Hey, the scripture say here's the whole matter. So, hey, man, you got to take on the whole matter. Look at what's going on at that place in time. Hey, and evaluate yourself, because that's what it's about first and foremost. Hey, you got to seek out salvation for yourself before you think about teaching somebody else anything. So, hey, that pride is among those brothers, man. Hey, that pride was upon me once upon a time. Hey, it's going to be upon all of us. But we have to fight the flesh, man. Fight the flesh and do what's right, man. Do the will of the Lord. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Hey, that's to learn as much as we can learn and feed his flock. But how can we go out and learn? I mean, how can we go out and teach if we don't learn first, man? Know what you're talking about. Get it. Without I get understanding, man.
All right, I got this. This is Sirach 37. It is 37, verse 19. It says, "There is one that is wise and teaches many, and yet it's unprofitable to himself." Man. Hey, that's going into being a hypocrite, man. I can, because the Lord said, the Lord Yahweh Shai, who's gonna reign on this earth, he told us to listen to the scribes and the Pharisees being wicked men. They were wicked men, but they told the truth. The things they said was right. Most of the things, as far as keeping the law, but the things that they did weren't right, man. He said, but that's what you see them do it not. You know, because you know what men do. Hey, man, that example of what you do, even in these camps, man, we have a strong responsibility, man. Because I know a brother, elder brother was over me. He even said it in his video, man. He know that he had a strong influence. He had that strong influence over me when I was a younger brother, man. You know, because we have a strong influence over brothers and ourselves, man. That's why you have a heavy. Hey, you might think it's funny at the time. Certain things you can't even say, man. You can't say around young brothers. You can probably say it to another brother in the spirit. But the most times, some shit you gotta get to yourself. Sometimes you gotta rebuke yourself for that shit you say.
Even something you gotta deal. You can't deal with people.
Right. Otherwise, there'll be a damn song about it.
And going into that, this is Second Corinthians chapter 10. I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "For we stretch not ourselves beyond our measure, as though we reach not unto you. For we are come as far as to you, also in preaching the gospel of Mashiach." Hey, so we gonna learn what we know. We gonna learn what we learn, and we gonna give it to you how we learned it, man. No, we're not gonna add nothing extra to it. We're not gonna give.
Straight no chaser.
That's right. That's right. Straight chase, straight no chaser, man. Hey, not giving you nothing extra, not putting my own little twist into it. I'm gonna give it to you. Hey, if this brother tell me right now, hey, the sky is blue, I'm gonna say to you, the sky is blue. Because that's what this brother just taught me. I looked up, it shows that the sky is blue. Now I know the sky is blue. So I'm gonna teach it to you with all faith, man. You know, having faith in what was taught, you know. And it says, verse 15 says, "Not boasting of things without our measure that is of other men's labors, but having hope when your faith is increased, that we shall enlarge."
Shalaki. When your faith is increased, your works increase. It just says something being enlarged. Keep on going.
That's right. I'm going to go back into it. It says, "But having hope when your faith is increased, that we shall be enlarged by you according to our rule abundantly."
Right. More brothers coming in. All right. The truth growing, prospering. All right. That is what's going to happen. The more your faith grows, the more people are going to see your works. Hey, like he said, written in James, hey, I'm going to show you my faith by my works, man. All right? So the true prophets and men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to be here on this planet Earth preaching the truth. That's a woman? Look, was it a woman?
It's Babylon. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's confusing. Keep on going.
It says to preach the gospel in the regions beyond you.
Right, to preach the gospel. That's our job. Right, the reasons beyond you. We're supposed to be here teaching young men. All right, how you say exalted. All right.
It says
extol. exhortation, right? Building up.
It says, and not to boast in another man's line of things made ready to our hand. But he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. For not he that commanded himself is approved, but whom the Lord commanded, man.
Right, the Lord commanded us. Hey, we didn't do this on our own accord. Right, the Lord chose us, man. Right, we didn't wake up and we just serve the Lord, y'all. No, we had to be taught. We had to learn who the Lord was again. Come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. This is a gift from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. And this is what we're commanded to do: is to go out and teach, preach, bid them to the marriage, compel them. All right. This is the whole duty of men, the commandments. And going out here to do this work and have faith is part of the commandments, man. You got to have both. All right?
This is James chapter 2, verse 14.
Yep.
It says, what doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works?
Yeah, I believe, it sounds good. Yeah, I believe that the Lord and his son is, who's the word we call God, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I believe they're a man of color. Right? Yeah, I believe that we're the Israelites. Yeah, I believe this, I believe that, but ain't going to do the work. But practice what you preach. Go ahead. That's right.
Can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled.
Right, you butt ass naked and got no food, and I look at you, gonna be all right. Hey, be warm, be filled, be cool.
Right.
But I'm not about to cook the food for you, or get some nice clothes ready for you, or get you prepared, or make sure you straight. No. So what's the point of me saying that? Go ahead.
That's the same thing that these wicked ass preachers do.
Yep, exactly.
It's the same thing these fake philosophers and theologians and all that other shit do. They'll tell you this and tell you that, but they're not teaching the truth in the gospel of the Lord, man. They'll tell you that no, it's okay to do that, sister. Just repent. Lord, forgive me.
It's okay to do that, but repent.
What?
They always kill themselves too.
It's okay to
That's the old law. We have embraced now.
right.
It's okay, why do you apologize? And then the repent means to turn back away from it. Man. Not to turn back to it again.
Just make sure you pay your tithes, sister.
Right, all be forgiven. Go ahead.
Did you pay your tithes? Then the Lord's going to show you.
Right, then the Lord gonna she paid. Oh well.
Man, just a simple
Yeah, you
fact.
know it's wicked.
Hey man, it's just a simple fact. If the Lord didn't reserve your judgment the same way that He reserved the heathens, which He inject you up right there, then and there, then that's gonna be a heavy condemnation, man. Because it says that hey, the Lord, man, when it says that the Lord will begin at the house of Israel. Not to mention it says in the judgment was begin at the house of God.
No, you right, Peters.
And then you got Second Maccabees, man, where it talks about that if somebody can get that in the 6th chapter, where it talks about where it talks about it in the 6th chapter that the Lord he don't deal with the nations the same way He deals with us. He gonna jack us up right then and there. Roughly paraphrasing, man. And the Lord reserved your judgment. You know what I'm talking about?
He destroyed us little by little.
Talk to your guys on the other side.
Well, we're in the same spirit. See, she must have got cut. So, yeah, we're gonna talk to him, all right? We're gonna ask how bad you cut your hands. Hey, good job, Aki. Shit. All right? Ain't the fuck you ain't no kudos over here.
You don't walk down State Street over here.
Right, shit.
Right? You don't walk past 1, 2, 3, 4 camps.
Same
Easy.
Motherfucker.
Easy.
That's right.
Shit. And fucked up, if you come early enough, you might catch ISCDK.
She lucky we was nice about it. Shit. Yeah, they can't. Shit, what the hell? Hey, but hey, that's what we're set up here for,
People
man.
don't care about the real truth.
No, they
The
don't.
truth, this right here, they don't care. Because, even when we first, start early on, we would get the crowds and a bunch of people. Motherfuckers don't come over here and listen to us no more like that. Motherfuckers ain't got this is straight for those who can hear.
For the elect,
All right,
man.
we pick up more fruit than we know just through the internet
Internet.
videos. That's why the Lord had told the apostle Tahar to tell the brothers to go out and put 3 videos a week out as a mandatory.
Spirit,
And if I say, listen, you can literally do 10 minutes a day. 1 video a day. 10 minutes out of a 24-hour scale to give some time to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. That ain't hard. 10 minutes, man.
I did a video earlier this week called are you basically teaching daily? How that the apostles. Well, I'm starting. Yahweh Shai talk daily in the synagogue. The apostles talk daily. All right, and the men and elders teach daily. Now the apostles that we have here teach daily. All right. So I mean, and I already be trying. You know what I'm saying, through the Spirit. Always through the Spirit. Always try to do at least average 7 a week. But some weeks, like the last couple of weeks, I've been working my ass off so much I couldn't do it.
Right.
This week, the Lord, man, I was so happy to do 7 this week, man. I did 8. I think I did 8. I was like, hey, I did 8 this week, you know. I've been just excited, man. Why? Because I'm trying to, man, I don't give a fuck about kudos from men.
Right.
Kudos from men don't make you get to the kingdom.
That's right.
Kudos from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai gets you to the kingdom.
Well done.
Yahweh
That's
Shai,
the kudos I want to hear.
Yahweh Shai saying to Yahweh, Lord, he doing what the bam. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? I want Yahweh Shai to tell Yahweh and Yahweh to say Khan.
The only difference which we had talked about earlier was after we had wrapped up with the live show, we had said that you please the Most High. You please the Most High. Hey, he might have brothers do that kudos, but you know what? That's really from the Lord. You ain't trying to go out and try to seek to please these men and think you're gonna please the Lord. No, the Lord is it says the Father of spirits, right? We're subjecting him.
Well, we got to please Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And every time we go out there and do another video, every time that we come and coalesce together and do the street teachings, every time we do our camp sit-downs, all the work that we do for the Lord is recorded. It's going to be part of our badge. If you go look at Esau or these wicked queendoms out here, and you look at their military, you'll see an insignia for this tour, an insignia for that tour, for the master of the gun, the master of this. Well, ours will be, you know, first of all, being part of the hopeful elect. That's the strength. You know what I'm saying? Being in the truth for ABC and endured this, another strength. All right, Master Daniel, another strength.
You did this work.
You know,
you did this miracle.
This one did. Our stripes gonna be for all the things that we done for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. And we're gonna get medals, man. We're gonna get memorials, man. We're gonna get the man, shit, all the medal I need is the crown.
Damn, that's it.
But Yahweh Shai to sit something and say, well done, my good and faithful servant.
That's the kudos
man,
right
man, shit. I don't care about nothing else, man. I'm good, bro.
That's right.
Ask me how. Only time that crown coming off is when I'm going to sleep. And sometimes I might wear it when I ain't sleep with it on.
Masai said that the elder, the apostle the apostle Ron gave him the little bracelet. It was blue. He said, I do everything. That mother, he did so much that it went from blue to white.
Everything. See, I rarely wear mine after I wore mine out a couple times in this cold Chicago. I tore them up and beat them down and broke them. I keep mine, I only wear them now on special occasions. But Yahweh Razai, if I get that crown, which I'm hoping to believe that I will, all right, that only time it's coming off is when I'm sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's on. What you mean? Shit.
Or you gotta worship the Lord, like you know how the 24th day they cast their crowns before.
Oh man, no man. Hey, that might be one of our things.
Right.
Every time Yahweh Shai comes in, we all like
take that off.
Who is king?
Because hey, that's who we getting the crown from. Just like how we got this faith, this truth. It's all a gift from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and that's including salvation, and that's including the crown, man. Hey, and you know what? And I really believe we're the men of the Lord, but may we be the men that endure works
Man,
again.
man,
It's just a
man,
balance
I'm
to
in
it.
the spirit of
Come,
what the
yeah.
apostle had brought out, man. We are the
We
men.
the man of the Lord.
Ain't nobody prove me wrong. Because, you know, I was talking to my demon, and she's like, but how do you know? How do you know? I said, Bible verse, right? I
Right.
said, because that's the, outside.
Hey, get the James.
As a matter of fact, don't only get the James. Give me John the 14th, John the 14th chapter. He said, these words I speak, they're not of my own, but if you, I gotta
When he was talking about, he came not for his own.
Right, he said, I'm not, these words are speaking in my word, I'm gonna give it.
How you doing, brother? This is
Shalom. Shalom. Matter of fact, here it goes. Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
You're over at 412.
Man, I pulled it like that. I think this is what I want. It's verse 10 for what I want. John 14 and 10. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? All right. So how do you know who's the man of the Lord? Who the Father with? Who with the Father?
You're going to see
All
it.
right.
You're going to feel
He
it.
said, the words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself. So the first thing, am I speaking my words, or I'm quoting and speaking words of someone else? If you say the words I'm speaking is the words of the Heavenly Father, then that shows you these are not my words. Okay? I'm speaking
Run
words
low on
in the
battery,
scriptures.
so you got a
Where
couple
everybody
more
in the planet,
got low
whether
on
they
battery,
believe God or
run
not,
couple more
will say, well,
minutes,
this is
maybe.
God and the Bible's words.
Come.
All right? Well, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the Bible. Then you don't believe in the Father's words. But they're here in this Bible. All right? So it's still not my words. It's the books of the Word of God. So it says, and the Father in me, the words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Right. Believe that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake.
For the work's sake.
But who's out here, Keith? It's cold as hell out here. My back hurts. I'm hungry.
Some brothers ain't
All
getting
right?
no sleep for work.
You think I want to be out here just bullshitting right now? No!
It says,
I'm not bullshitting. I'm teaching the words of the living power, man.
right. It says, especially them that labor in the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? Those are the works. So he said, don't believe me because I'm saying it. Believe me for the very works' sake.
And who else can show the works, man? Who else got the works of calling out the Bible? Out there in the highways and byways, in the rain, sleet, or motherfucking snow, coming out here and going out there doing the videos after videos, reading the scriptures, knowing the scriptures, going into the Hebrew, going into the Greek, and going and pilfering and every nook and cranny of every single breakdown you can and put it into your inward parts, man. Only people doing that is the people of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Ain't nobody. You can't say Bishop Bacon doing it. You can't say Pastor Porkchop doing it because they're not out here.
Wait, who does have living waters? Who's constantly spitting out the truth and giving the truth?
And that's what living waters is. Living waters, what they do. If I'm living, I'm moving, right? If I'm living, I'm moving. Living waters are moving, man. They were constantly producing, like the brother said, you're constantly producing that water, man. That stream is flowing, man. This ain't no solid ass swamp, man.
Swamp ass water. That's what you get in your goddamn Christian ass church, man. You get some swamp water.
With mosquitoes, with
Mosquitoes, crocodiles, and all that shit. All right?
Can I read this Ephesians?
Bible Kushab, bro.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6. I was going to start at 13, but I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Read verse 13.
It says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh,
All right?
that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day,
Keep going.
and having done all to stand.
And that's, hey man, that's my question for every last brother that call himself in the truth, man. Have you done every last thing you can to stand? Have you done every last thing you can to stand? Have you done every last thing you can to stand in that day? You have not, man. We gotta fight.
Right. It
Fight,
says,
man.
stand, therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. Of lie? No, of righteousness, man. And we out here speaking this truth with righteousness, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Wake up, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, man. Hey, man, hey, we have laws, we have statutes, we have commandments to abide by, man. It's time to wake up, man.
That's right. And this is from our kingdom. The Bible was written for us, to us, by us, through the power of the Most High, man.
That's right.
This is not the so-called Chinese book. It's not the goddamn Japanese book. It's definitely not the so-called white man's book. It's our book. And the Lord is about to come rescue us. And when you all see the Lord save us, you all be like, God damn, crazy. Is this the motherfucker that I got there and called shit in? I used to give all kind of hell to. All right? That's why the Lord is about to show and prove, you know, you should buy it. All right? The Lord's going to show that. All right? Lord's
That's
gonna
right.
show
That's right.
that.
You should buy it.
I can return the favor. Hey, and all this is ours, man.
That's right.
Hey, guess what? And this right here that I'm standing on, this place I'm standing on right now, is my favorite desert on all planets. Perfect. This is my favorite desert called a motherfucking America,
You
man.
get mad at one of your slaves, just drop him off here.
You know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna be able to dwell here. That's the point. He gonna be fucking. Damn, that's how bad this place gonna be. God damn, like, you ain't gonna be able to stay in this bitch.
Hey, well, there's nobody gonna live over here except the
Just the animals.
You know what I'm saying? So the Lord ain't gonna let you drop them off over here. All right? And plus, if you got any problem with any of your servants, just send them over to Camp Trail of Tears. I got you. All right? Because there'll be a Trail of Tears going back from my plantation to yours.
That's right.
Rala Funhouse.
Hey, Yahweh Radha, bro. Yahweh Radha. Hey, I thought long and hard what a good name is and what they did to the Native American Indians, our brethren. And if you think about the transatlantic slave passage on them ships, there was a trail. It was a trail leaving from the different northwest Africa coming all the way over here to America for all the killings. That trail. So that's why it's a trail of nothing but tears. Right. Nothing but tears. Right. All right. Because you all gonna pay, man. You have not paid for stealing our people, hanging our people, killing our people, robbing our people, and contrary to popular opinion, we don't forgive you. All right? I don't care how many times you cry. I don't give a fuck how many times you try to throw a man for mercy. You're not getting none. Zero. None. Zilch. And not only you Edomites, you Moabites, you Ammonites, your sons a lot, all you motherfuckers, man. North, South Korea, all you motherfuckers.
Everybody outside Israel.
Like the Malcolm says, all the stands. Kazakhstan, God damn it, all y'all bitches, man. All the stands and heights and everything except for an Israelite. Alright? Unless you're 2/3. And then that goes for you too, you're gonna get destroyed as well. That's right. This is the time right now to wake up. This is the last call for spiritual alcohol, man.
That's right.
Hey, man. Niggas be wanting to think like, just hey, you want to get. I want that first go round.
That's right.
Cause the Lord is gonna make you remember that judgment, like thinking that you can just I'm gonna still be again.
Not only remember the judgment, but he said that he's gonna bring your own fears against you, your own imaginations against you.
And you not ready.
I got me a vivid ass imagination.
You know
I do not want the Lord to bring my imagination against me.
Yeah.
Of course nobody will feel that fire. But the Lord said He's gonna bring your fears. I hate big ass spiders, huh? And I was like, damn, what if I was going down? You know, if the Lord had to go down that road, 2/3 ass nigga.
Oh Lord,
Big ass spider just. I don't want to see that shit. So hey,
that fear is disappointing the Lord. And I don't want to disappoint the Lord. Because frankly, spiders, I love them. Snakes, I love them too. But the lions, tigers, and bears, I love them as well. You know, the only thing that I fear is Yahweh Bashar being disappointed in me. Not just me personally. Because I always been that adventure. I was the one motherfuckers like pick the big ass tarantula. Hold on, I believe I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I was the one who went and grabbed the snake. I was the one who grabbed it. I would go grab it behind the head. You know what I'm saying? I would go get on the horse. I'm on the horse. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care. I wasn't fear. I didn't
wasn't afraid of shit. I remember in college, my acting, one of my acting teachers, he was trying to get me to get touch the character, and he was trying to see what I'm scared of. So he got in my face, you know, and he was like, and I'm trying to, and just how you looked at him, I looked at him like, you know what I'm saying? And he couldn't move me, and he almost got, you know, kind of upset because it's like, damn, this thing is not being moved. I'm like, I understand what you're saying, I got you. And then I did what he wanted me to do. But he wanted to elicit a catharsis response from me. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not afraid of. He looked like a Edomite. He probably wasn't. I don't know, because he had a little swag. But it was like he didn't move me. Tom Cactus, which his name was. It didn't move me at all. I was like, what's good, man? And matter of fact, the little thuggish, rubbed his bone nigga who was coming against the brothers down the street, and he was like, man, what the fuck? You don't swing on me, swing on me. I'm like, and he tall as hell. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you. And in my mind, I'm knocking him out in my mind. You know what I'm saying, man? I can fuck his ass up right now. But that's not the spirit we come in. I'm coming in, and so here I tell him again, have a nice day. Have a nice goddamn day. And I kept telling him, have a goddamn day. Move on with the business. You know what I'm saying? But a real man of God ain't afraid of this shit down here. I'm fucking scared about what my scripture that I love, one of my favorite. If the Lord be for you, who can be against you? So I believe the Lord will save us, man. And I believe the Lord's going to save us with a mighty, beautiful hand. And to the point where I had a dream early on in my faith. And in the dream, I was, Esau had me hemmed up. And it was this big, dumb, I'm talking about massive ass Edomite. Big, white, broad shoulders, everything. So big, Slacky, he was so big that he took me like this and lifted me up to the point where he had me like this. Right. And all I did was look at him like this. It's like, in the name of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and I just cussed his ass out in the name of the Lord. Right. And that's my spirit. And I know that's the spirit within me. And I hope and pray the Lord don't take it away. Right. And that's why we stand out here bold in front of our enemies, man. We stand bold and cuss out the popo, bold and cuss out the mayor. I'll cuss out the president if he was right here and tell you, hey, Trump, why you bullshit? Go ahead on the neck, Trump. Stop playing. Stop playing with these motherfuckers, man. Go ahead, brother.
They gotta move without, hey man, move without fear, man. Move without fear. Because niggas love to say that they fear no man, but they say that because they, you know what? They don't fear the Most High. They think that they have boldness and power in themselves. They have carnal strength. No, they don't. Hey, if you want to say you fear the Most High, you fear the Most High in everything. You know when you can actually do a certain thing, man. You know when it's ready to get ready and beat somebody ass. You know when it's ready to shield down. That's faith.
Spirit. This is Romans the 8th chapter and the 15th verse. For ye have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but ye have received the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. He said, we have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, man. I'm not living in fear. I'm not walking in fear. I'm walking in confidence, man.
That's right.
Fidelity, with faith, man. I believe the Lord is going to save us, man. Otherwise, I wouldn't waste my time coming out here. Because it's not wasting my time. This is logging in precious, valuable points to the Lord. Every time you do a video, every time you pray, every time you fast, every time you sacrifice and kill this flesh, you're building up a treasure in heaven, man. You can add to your spiritual bank account daily. By doing what? The things that he say do. So then when the shit comes to pass, what he has to do to you? Touch not of my anointing. Touch not my anointing. Do not touch not my anointing. Do my prophets no harm. Cover them, Lord. He said, what did Yahweh Shai said? He bragged about it. I lost not one, except the son of perdition. He said there was only one that was destined to be lost. That's the only one I lost. Outside of that, I ain't lost one.
You got the whole.
And the world of Israelites, man.
Right.
His sons, man.
And he got the elect for a much better fashion. That's the whole. Hey, man.
No, he said I prayed for them. I prayed not for the world.
Yeah.
So the world that he prayed for was the Israelite world, man. Of the righteous Israelites.
That's right. Can I read this Hebrews real quick, Bible shot, if you're done with that? Salakia.
That'll be the last scripture.
One more.
Now, Salakia, go ahead.
Second
Yo,
Timothy
y'all
1
the scriptures gonna be the last.
Second Salakia, bro. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
That's right.
He gave us the spirit of power, man. That's
Right.
why people can understand the power that we have in the Lord, man. We don't give a damn. We got the Lord, man. We got the power of the Lord, man.
And it says of a sound mind. So the bugged out things that we speak to these people,
Yeah, it's bugged out to you.
it's bugged out to you. We're
But
sound.
it's blessed song. You know what I'm saying? Would you go ahead and repeat the 137th verse again? Go ahead and read the 144,000th verse again.
Oh,
All right? Come on, bro.
God.
Salakia, go ahead, bro.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 16. It says, Salakia. It says, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need.
Break it down, bro.
Hey, and that's what we're hoping for, man. And we find grace in the time of need, man, and help. Hey, man, we sick right now, man. We're living in a very poor and sick state right now, man. Being Israelites, man. And we're in the lowest states of the world. We spiritually in the lowest state, physically. But guess what? We are the only one who's that adoption the adoption is pertaining to, man. Hey, we have the covenant. So, hey, it's up to us to abide by these laws, statutes, commandments, getting right, getting our salvation. It's like getting our souls right, hoping for salvation, man.
Getting it in order.
That's right, getting in order, man. Hey, we hope that this lesson was edified. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory too.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, without the dash.
Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim pushing out this word with truth, sincerity, and charity, man. Hey, Shalom, Akim, Abad, Babal.
Abad, Babal.